So one of the things I wanted to start doing ever since I made my YouTube channel was to cover weekly and monthly releases of comics and manga. And I figured what better way to start off this new adventure than with some Jujutsu Kaisen. For those of you who do not know, Jujutsu Kaisen is my favorite ongoing, currently running manga and anime. It is, in my opinion, the best new gen out there. I would even go as far as to put it in my top 5 anime and manga of all time. But that's a conversation for another time. Let's get into the real video, the review and coverage of chapter 215 of Jujutsu Kaisen. But before we get into the bread and butter of this video, allow me to introduce myself. I am Northstar and I cover gaming, anime, and comic related material. If any of that interests you and you stick around to the end of this video, consider subscribing. I upload videos like this 2 to 3 times a week. Now I am starting off 200 chapters deep into the series, so if you guys would like to see me go back and cover previous chapters or previous arcs, do let me know in the comments below. I can go and do that, make a little playlist for you all and get that going. So just let me know and we can get that in order. Now for those of you who've been keeping up, you know that chapter 214 was crazy. From Hana getting mauled by Sukuna and presumed dead.
Why are you crying?
To Gigi finally giving Yuji a semblance of some MC treatment, allowing him to finally tap into some kind of awakening that allowed him to get a few hits in on Megumi Sukuna.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
So chapter 215 picks up exactly where 214 left off, and we are told something interesting by Sukuna. From his fight with Yuji, he is able to come to the conclusion that Megumi is actually the one suppressing his cursed energy, doing it probably subconsciously while he's being suppressed by Sukuna. So even though he's not able to take his body back like how Yuji is, he is able to still affect Sukuna and his effectiveness in battle to basically give Yuji the opening he needs to be able to, combat him. This explains why Yuji was able to survive Cleave earlier in chapter 214, where we see Sukuna even surprised that he wasn't able to do as much damage as he thought he would to Yuji. Now, even though Sukuna isn't at his full cursed energy output, he estimates that he's around 10%, he is still physically very capable and still physically fine, which he says in the same statement. Sukuna is so confident in fact in his physical capabilities that he believes he is still able to kill Yuji even while having less than 10% of his cursed energy output. That's until Maki shows up and she completely changes the entire dynamic of this fight, and we're going to get into it and you're going to see exactly how. So right away, Yuji and Maki do what Jujutsu Kaisen main characters do best, jump, and they jump the shit out of Sukuna.
Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up. Fight back! Fight back! Fight back!
If you have seen any episode or read any bit of Jujutsu Kaisen, you know jumping is their specialty. Now, even though they're applying a lot of pressure to Sukuna, he looks to be doing pretty okay by himself. He doesn't ever once in the fight look like mildly uncomfortable. They may push him a bit, but he never gets to the point where he feels like he may lose the fight. Now, one thing I would like to note in the fight between these three is that Sukuna, for the most part, really isn't worried about Yuji. Not like how we originally thought he would be after chapter 214. He even goes to state that he's been focusing more of his cursed energy output and his attention overall towards Maki. Now, he'll even insult Yuji, calling him simple or predictable, things like that, while praising Maki for her ability to keep up with him physically and, just overall being a strong opponent. Like you can even see in this panel right here, after he threw that punch towards her, he's impressed that she was able to take it and keep fighting with relative ease. So I think that just goes to show that even though Yuji has reached his new level of power and this awakening that he experienced in 214, he still has a long way to go before he reaches someone like Maki's power. Now, before the fight can continue between the three of them, it is interrupted by Kogane, who uses her maximum curse technique and freezes the entire area. This is where we see Sukuna mention how he no longer needs Yuji for anything at all, and it wouldn't wouldn't matter if she would have seriously injured him with her technique, because he is completely done with him. He also mentions how it was correct for Kogane to focus majority of her cursed energy on Maki because she was the actual threat. From here we see Sukuna mentions how he needs to polish this form for a second time, even telling Kogane to prepare some sort of bath. The two of them leave atop Nue while Yuji and Maki are both in cases out of Kogane's ice, and by the time Yuji's able to actually muscle through the iceberg and free himself, the two are already mid-flight leaving. Yuji's trying to call for them to come back, but they're just laughing, taunting him, not taking him serious at all. Even when Kogane prompts the question, should I just kill him? Sukuna just pretty much just gives him a freebie saying like, nah, it doesn't matter, just look at him, he's pitiful. And then that's it, like that's the end of chapter 215.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So let me know down below what you guys thought about chapter 215. Anything you didn't like, anything you want to know more about, anything you're questioning. I know for certain when I was reading this, I was really wondering, what is this bath and what does that have to do with this purification or polishing of the body that Sukuna kept bringing up. But other than that, in my opinion, I thought it was a really good chapter, and I was really excited for 216. At the point of this recording, 216 is already released, and I have the video that I'm working on right now, and it's going to be releasing really soon. Unfortunately, I was really sick majority of this week, so I wasn't able to record as much as I wanted to. I spent about 3 or 4 days just recovering off of that, and then my Wi-Fi was out because of storming. It was just a whole debacle, and it really put a halt on my recording process. But I'm back, and I really thank you guys for checking out this video. If you made it this far, I know it's a short one. Hopefully the next one could be a little longer. But other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for being here. If you liked it, please consider liking, subscribing, and sticking around for more. I upload content like this 2 to 3 times a week. And thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one.